All right, so welcome to your Lunch and Learn presentation. What we're going to be accomplishing today is a lunch and learn almost exactly like you would do it in a business. So the key is when you go in, you want to have everything set up professionally, and you want to have these two pieces of paper, your questionnaire, like a lifestyle questionnaire, and your tips and hints and your recipes sitting out. I personally sit them out with the questions on the front side so they don't get intimidated by the income questions on the back side. So when they come in, the key is to connect with everybody. Hi, my name is Melissa Curry. I'm with Cooking for Life. Thank you guys so much for having us in today. This seems like a really great company to work for. How long have you worked here? Excellent. Wow, you must be really great at your job. What exactly do you do here? What I'm doing there, just like any other event, is I'm qualifying to see who they are in the company, and is this somebody possibly that I would want to spend 3 hours with on a dinner show. So once I connect with them, then I ask them, this is just a questionnaire. This helps me get credit for being here today. So if you wouldn't mind completing it, there's 2 sides. Thank you very much. Okay. Then once everybody gets settled, then we'll start our lunch and learn. Now I've made a point to wash my hands in advance. So guys, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for coming out today. I truly appreciate it. And I'd like to give Jay and James a big round of applause for having us in today. Thank you very much. So you're going to be really glad that I came in today, because along with giving away free lunches, I also get paid to give away free gourmet dinners. And on the back of your interest card, there's a little sheet there, a little question that you can tick yes that you'd be interested. So don't fill that out right now. Wait until we're complete, and that way you'll know for sure that you'd like us to come back. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to tell you about myself in just a moment. Our company is called Salad Master, and Salad Master is a worldwide company that shows people how to get more nutrition, cut back on fats and oils, and cook their food in half the time. We do this by teaching people to use the right equipment and techniques. So today, our objective is to show you how to get more nutrition so that you can have more energy, you can be more productive at work, and have less sick days. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start out by making a lasagna. And let me just learn a little bit about you before I go forward. Raise your hands. Who out there likes to cook? Fantastic. Who are my super health conscious people that buy organic food? Awesome. Does anybody have children that are picky eaters? All right, very good. And who loves to cook but finds time as a challenge? Now, out of character, those are qualifying questions. You just want to be looking to see who your top candidates are that you would want to book a dinner show with after that. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to prepare a lasagna. Now, you may think, make a lasagna in 5 minutes? You must be crazy. Well, if you're thinking that, then you're just like my husband. He thinks I'm crazy too. So we're going to prepare this lasagna in under 5 minutes. And when you think about eating fruits and vegetables, you're supposed to have 9 to 13 servings every single day. Do I have anybody that's close to that? Right? So then you think, well, eating lasagna, don't worry, Jay and James, they're not going to be heavy and weighed down after they eat my lasagna. They're going to be uplifted. Because one of the things we like to do is show people how to take old recipes and turn them into healthy versions. So could you do me a favor? In the front row, Mr. and Mrs. Jensen, could you count the number of vegetables that I'm going to put in here? And who's got a stopwatch? Can one of you please start the timer? We're going to see how quickly I can do this. Now, I washed my hands, so they're all clean and ready to go. Okay, you got the timer? Are we ready? Okay, are we ready? Okay, we're getting ready to cook here. I love this part of my lunch and learn. Oh, this is the best part. Are we on the clock? Okay, good. I got to get ready. Oh, life is good. Okay, so we're going to take and we're going to make a lasagna. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put in tomato sauce. Now, organic tomato sauce is a great way to start. Okay? The reason we recommend organic on your sheet is because what's not organic? What do they put on it? They put poisons and pesticides that help kill little ants and critters. But what are we? We're big versions of that. So we recommend eating certain foods organic. Some people say it's expensive. Well, you can either invest in your health today or you can pay your doctor later, which is better, right? So we've got our tomatoes. Tomatoes have lycopene, and lycopene actually is a great cancer fighter. Okay, now I'm going to use this awesome machine. It's safe on the inside and it's safe on the outside. And I'm simply going to take and I'm going to put in some eggplant. Now, deep dark colored vegetables are really great for fighting off Alzheimer's disease and helping aid in memory retention. So we're going to throw our eggplant in the bottom, and then we're going to add some gluten-free pasta noodles. Now, we recommend gluten-free. Anybody here know that they're allergic to gluten? No? We have a health coach at our office, and she speaks about gluten, and she says it's glue, like gluten. And so, you know, a lot of times people go out and they'll eat food, and they'll wake up the next day or that night after they're done eating, and they'll be all bloated, right? And they'll unbutton their pants because they're like, oh, that food, I'm so stuffed. Well, the truth is your body reacts to something it's allergic to by bloating. So oftentimes we recommend just try leaving out a little bit of gluten and see how you feel for a week or two. We're going to put a little more sauce, and then we're going to add some onions. Now, onions are a really great anti-inflammatory. So we're going to put onions inside of there. They'll add a delicious flavor. So now we've got 3 vegetables, right? Then we're going to take and we're going to add some green zucchini. That's 4 vegetables. I know you're thinking, I love that Salad Master machine. Well, I love it too. This is mine. You can't have it. But don't the right tools in your kitchen make all the difference in the world? So this is truly a fasting. Now, I left the skin on because a lot of the nutrition lives right in the skin, right? So save yourself some time and money in your kitchen and leave the skins on your fruits and vegetables. Okay? So we'll put in a little bit of yellow squash. So how many vegetables am I up to now? That's right, we've got eggplant, zucchini, onions, green squash, yellow squash, tomatoes. We're up to about, what, 5 or 6? We'll add a little bit of carrot in there. You guys know what carrots are good for, right? Your eyes. Do you know how I know that? That's right, I've never seen a rabbit wear glasses. Okay? The jokes are included with your Lunch and Learn today. Okay? So we'll put in some beautiful carrots, and then we're also going to add some mushrooms. Mushrooms are really good for us as well. Now, do you know what the zucchini said to the mushroom when he was trying to get her to go out with him? Or sorry, do you know what the mushroom said to the zucchini when he was trying to get her to go out with him? I'm a fun guy. I love my jokes. I know that I'm funny, right? And at the end of this Lunch and Learn, you guys are going to know that I know that I'm funny. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit more sauce over the top, and we're going to finish it off with some cheese, which I put in the freezer so it could get cold because it's easier to chop up cheese if you take it out of the freezer. So then what we're going to do is we're going to put some cheese in. Now, cheese, if you buy it pre-grated, they put a little chemical on it that keeps it from sticking together. So some of the things we recommend are earth to hand to mouth. The less people that touch your food, the less processed it is. And by the way, I'm done making that lasagna. How long did that take? Under 5 minutes. Isn't that amazing? And how many fruits and vegetables, or how many vegetables? And how many vegetables did we put in there? 9. How do you think you're going to feel after you eat this lasagna? Energized and alert. So we're just going to plug that in, and we're going to serve that to you guys here in about 15 minutes. Okay? So let me tell you a little bit about myself. This is the point in the presentation where you're going to want to insert your story, right? You want it to have some value as to who are you in the world of health? What do you know? What books have you read? What videos have you watched? Are there any specific classes that you've taken that empower you to be somebody teaching about health and wellness? Okay? Now, after you've told your story, then you're going to go into the flip chart. Now, so we'll tell our story and we'll go into the flip chart. So that's how I got in front of you today. Now, let's begin and let's talk a little bit about nutrition. So in nutrition, there are enemies. In the world today, there are a lot of diseases running rampant. These diseases are on the rise or the decline. That's right, the rise. And what's 2 things that a doctor will tell you once you're diagnosed with any of these diseases? That's right, change your diet and exercise. You guys are a good group. So what happens is we can reverse these by eating the proper foods. Now there are 2 foods that help reverse these. They're fiber and antioxidants. If we think about fiber and antioxidants, where do we get those? Are they in meats? Are they in cheese? Okay. What kind of foods do those come in? In vegetables. So when you eat that lasagna, it's loaded with fiber and antioxidants. So that's going to really empower you to prevent any diet-related diseases. The next thing we want to talk about is one of the top killers in America today, is heart disease. Now, when's a doctor going to tell us to change our eating habits? Before or after our arteries are clogged? Before. And when is that? That's now, isn't it? So you think about clogging arteries. We need two things that help prevent those: fiber and antioxidants, which we talked about, which come in fruits and vegetables. So when you're getting your plate, you want to make sure that it's loaded up with a lot of fruits and a lot of vegetables, right? And that will help you to have more energy, you to lose weight if that's a goal, whatever your health goals are. Now we think about children today. Children today are in trouble. So there's a book out there called Your Vibrant Heart, and it talks about children that are born in the year 2010 or after. If they eat the standard American diet, the SAD diet, they will have a life expectancy of 65 years old. Now we teach our children, right? Get good grades, have great nutrition. When do we need to start telling them about the way to prepare and the foods to eat? Right now. So we offer cooking classes all around the world in Salad Master, and we actually have a class where kids can come and learn how to cook the right foods. Okay? Now, another thing that we teach is how to fry without oil. You know, when I grew up on the farm in Kansas, I used to have fried chicken, fried pork chop, you name it, I ate it fried. So what happens was, if we eat fried foods, my mother would make it, and she would take chicken, and she would fry it up in this skillet, and it'd have this much grease in it, and the grease would cook into the chicken. And then she wouldn't dump the grease down the drain because my dad would get upset because he'd have to snake it, right? Think about our arteries. Our arteries are the same size as this pin, and it's the same exact grease. So I love fried chicken. Anybody here love fried chicken? Okay, so what we teach you is how to fry chicken crispy golden brown without using any oil. Who would be interested in learning that? Awesome. Now again, you're just looking to see who's on board with you. Then we also have the Cancer Project. Has anybody ever heard of Dr. Neil Barnard? Dr. Barnard has started the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, and he teaches that food is thy medicine. Again, they have classes all around the world, and they teach people how to eat the right foods to prevent the diet-related diseases like cancer. Now, this is another class that Salad Master sponsors that you can find all around the world, teaching about eating the right foods. Now, then we have nutrition. So a lot of people think that disease is genetic. Well, there is truth to that. However, in my family tree, you name it, my Aunt Lavona died of diabetes when she was 60 years old. My Uncle Bo passed away of cancer when he was 61. My Aunt Peggy, she had so many medicines, she passed away in her early 50s. My mother has had 3 stents put in, and she was on high blood pressure medicine. So if I believed that it was all genetic, right, how would I be feeling today? You know, after all, I am 80. Just kidding. But so my mother, I'll use her as an example. For breakfast, what's the foods that most of us eat for breakfast? Bacon, eggs, hash browns, right, toast. Are there any fiber or antioxidants in those? No. So I had my mother make one shift. For breakfast in the morning, I taught her to eat a green drink, which is listed on our website. It's a great green drink. You can put kale and spinach and zucchini and cucumber and lemon and cantaloupe and bananas, all kinds of fruits and vegetables, and blend that up. Well, one day, she comes walking home, and she looked pretty happy. And I go, "Hey, Mom, what's up?" She goes, "Just came home from a good doctor's appointment." And I said, "What's a good doctor's appointment?" She said, "Well, my doctor just took me off my high blood pressure medicine at 73 years old," right? So, do the foods that we eat have an impact in our health, yes or yes? Right? So one of the things that we teach is we also show people how to cook without waters. Because according to the Mayo Clinic, when we cook with high heat, water, oxidation, air, and light, we destroy 50 to 80% of the nutrition in our foods. So I'm going to do a little experiment that demonstrates what happens when we cook our food with water. So we're going to use this wonderful machine that I know you've already fallen in love with, and we're going to chop up a carrot. So I'm going to take a carrot, which I leave the skin on, because that's where a lot of the nutrition is. I'm just going to put it in here. I know, you guys are all thinking, how can I get one of those machines? Who is thinking that? Raise your hands. I know, it's a really great tool. Okay, so now I'm going to have Mary up front. Mary, come take a sample. You don't want everybody to sample it, just one person. Come up and sample this and tell me what you notice. Okay, was that sweet? Fantastic. Now when we cook, we've learned to boil, steam, microwave, broil. We always add water. Once you go above 200 degrees, you destroy even more of the nutrition. So when we boil a baby's bottle, we sterilize it. When we boil our food, what do we do to it? We sterilize it. Then we steam. And even though the food's not in the water, the high heat still comes up and kills a lot of the life-giving nutrition. So we're going to take, after less than a minute here, right, and we're going to dump out this water. Now, smart people always say, well, I make that into a soup. Well, let's face it. If you're boiling it and it's into a soup, what have you done to the nutrition in it? So we're going to dump that out. Color is the vitamins. Mary, could you come sample this again for me, please? What did you notice different? The flavor. So if the color is the vitamins and the flavor is the minerals, what do we cook out every single time we cook? A lot of the nutrition. So what we also teach people is how to cook your vegetables without using any water in a sealed container, and instead of destroying 50 to 80%, maintaining up to an average of 93% nutrition in the cooked foods. Who would be interested in learning about that? We've often found people with children that don't like vegetables will enjoy these vegetables a lot because they'll have a lot more nutrition in them. Are you guys having fun? Are you learning anything? Fantastic. We're almost ready to get you fed. So now what we're going to do is we're going to whip you out a salad. Okay? And I'm simply going to take, if I could get that 2 cone, Scott, that'd be great. And I'm going to make some cabbage. Now, does anybody here eat much green cabbage? Green cabbage is very, very good for you. It's alkalizing, according to studies, which is a great fighter of cancer. It's also nice for stomach ulcers. Then we're also going to take, and we're going to put some zucchini in here. I like to teach people, if you're going to make chips and salsa, then you might as well just take and use this as your chip, and it's a lot healthier for you because there's a lot less calories. Then we're going to take and we're going to add some purple cabbage. Now, does anybody know the difference between purple cabbage and green cabbage? That's right, the color. You guys are smart. Hey, I have a question. If you put a cabbage and a zucchini in a race, who's going to win? The cabbage, because it's always ahead. Funny, right? If you take and you throw radishes into your salad, radishes are a great metabolizer, so that's a nice tip for you, those of you trying to lose weight. We're going to finish off our salad with a little bit more zucchini and squash. Okay? And then we're going to take and we're going to add some apple. You guys know what they say about an apple a day. That's right. It keeps the doctor away. So we'll put our apple in here. Okay? And apples are nice red in color. They have pectin in the skin, which can help lower cholesterol. And then we're just going to leave the core and the seeds out. We'll take and we'll add in some natural dressing. So in natural dressings, we're going to use lemon and orange. Okay? Now, people oftentimes have salad dressings that are in their refrigerator for years, right? You open it up and you go, don't remember when I bought that. And I think it might be good. So your food should only live in your refrigerator for like a maximum of 3 days, sometimes 5, depending on the food. So at our cooking classes, we like to teach people how to make homemade dressings. Okay? I use a little bit of lemon, which again, most people start our day out with coffee, don't we? We go, coffee, must have coffee. Don't talk to me yet, I haven't had my coffee. If you start your day out with the lemon water before your coffee, your body's going to be a lot happier. Okay, so we're going to take and we're going to put the carrot in there. And then we're pretty much complete with our show. So we also give away gourmet dinners. It's where we get paid to bring you all the food, we cook, and we clean up after ourselves. It's a 5-course gourmet meal. It's quite fantastic. So at the bottom of your form, be sure to tick yes, and when I come around, I'll tell you exactly how that program works. Again, give it up for Jay and James for having us in today. Thank you very much.